So you might be doing one thing really good in your life that when you think about that thing, it's what discriminates you from other people. It's what you do differently from other people. This might be relating to sports, this might be relating to your studies, your work, your earnings, your culture, maybe, your knowledge, how wise you are, how good you can communicate with people, how social you are. And doing that one thing good is of course a great thing. That one gift, that one thing that defines you, it shouldn't define you, by the way, I'm gonna come to that point. That one thing that you think should define you is a really good thing. It's really good that you are good in that thing and you can actually use that to become a more successful human being by using your gift or whatever that you do really good. You can use that to advance in life. However, I don't think being good in only one aspect of your life is actually enough. Because, first of all, these things that you should be good in, I mean, there is, of course, not like a list of things that you're supposed to be good at. These things can range from person to person. It can be different from my list, can be different from yours. It's totally normal. However, these things that you're gonna get good at actually tend to support each other as well. So let's give this an example. If you eat clean and if you have a good workout routine and you work out on a daily basis, these two things support each other. And these in turn will support your mental health. And that in turn will support your studies or your work. So it just kind of like adds up to each other. All of these hobbies or all of these things that you become good at actually add together and they create a value. So I think that's how you can actually create value from your life. Not only being good at one thing, but trying to be good in as many things as possible. As many things as possible. You don't have to always push yourself to do things that you do not enjoy. Of course, that's not like that. Of course, you might push through some things or try to learn some things, even though you do not really enjoy them. But just because they're going to be useful for you, sometimes you got to do that, but not always. And let me give you a real life example about how I noticed this on my daily life. So I'm studying medicine currently. I'm studying in Faculty of Medicine in my university. And what I notice is that most people can be just defined by the faculty that they study. So imagine a name X, my friend X, for example. If X can only be defined that he's studying medicine, then that's not a good thing. If studying medicine is the only thing that actually matters to him and that defines him 100%, then that's not a good thing because it means that he's not capable in other aspects of his life. Because being good in only one thing cannot make you the competent human that you aim to become. Only earning money, only having a nice work will not gain you all the success and all the respect that you aimed for when you have begun your journey. Because respect not only comes from money, but it comes from how you speak to people, how you communicate with them. Are you a piece of shit when it comes to talking with people? Like, do you tend to underestimate their abilities and do you tend to have an egotistical way of looking to people, like seeing yourself above them? And all of these things kind of kill your social relationships. And it's not only enough for you to have money or drive nice cars to be respected by people or be loved by other people or to create a relationship, a beautiful relationship. It's not enough for you to only be handsome. It's not only enough for you to have a nice six-pack abs or some good shoulders and arms, big arms. Of course, those things count, but those are not the only things that makes you or earns you a good relationship, that earns you a good girl with a good heart who actually loves you because of who you are. So, what would I recommend, especially in our lives, to get at least have some toes in it? I mean, These things, for me, I believe, are the things that you should be doing to some extent. That you might not be good in all of them at the same level. Some of them might be at a worse level for you. You might be better at doing some of them, but at least you should have some kind of role in these things, as far as I know. So, what is this? What are these things that I believe you should be absolutely try to do? So, first of all, some kind of physical activity. Definitely. It might be walking, just walking. If you can just start by that, it's enough. No worries. You can just bump up the level if you enjoy it, or if you don't enjoy it, maybe you can change it. Just start. It doesn't have to be anything specific. For example, I go to gym, I do some weight training, and I also do some boxing as well. I'm not really good at boxing, but at least I'm trying to do it, and I'm pretty advanced, I can say, intermediate to advanced in weightlifting, because I have been doing it for long, long years. But just start with something. Physical activity, first one. Secondly, try to have yourself some routines. It doesn't have to be like always fixed. It doesn't have to be like, at this time I'm gonna do this, at this time I'm gonna do this. No, it doesn't have to be like that. Just have some stuff that you do on a daily basis. Like we said, working out is one of these things. Physical activity is one of these things. Maybe you can add reading to your routine. Maybe you can add doing some research about some of the business models that you might be thinking about. Maybe do some research about them. Or maybe if you're studying, that might be something that is in your life right now. That is in my life, for example. I'm studying medicine. You can have like some time periods where you check your lessons, check what you need to do for that week and stuff. Having these routines, at least some daily activities that you do, get you in a more focused and more, how can I say, or organized way, so that you can actually execute tasks in a better rate. Because if you just try to do the stuff that you need to do at the top of your head without having some kind of routine that you do daily, it's not really easy to get on top of them and actually execute them. You spend much more time trying to decide what to do, or trying to get onto that table if they are not on a routine. So definitely try to have some kind of routine in your life. So physical activity, we said. Routine, we said. Third one, try to learn a skill that is going to earn you some income. No business model or no skill is perfect. Just understand this. Nothing is too magical that is going to earn you the world at the time that you start. You're not going to earn anything from the skill or the business model that you're trying to learn for a long, long time. And you should accept this and make peace with it. You should just pick something, try to, I mean, of course, you will use some logic and you will use some emotions while picking that first business model or picking that first skill that you're trying to learn. But after you pick that, please, just please, do not shift your focus from that. Just try to improve that skill or that business model that you're trying to learn as much as you can, as much as you can, as much as you can for a long, long time, and don't switch it, please. Because otherwise, if you just keep switching from one model to another skill, you're just gonna suck at all of them and you're not gonna make anything from these. So just please start with something that could bring you potential income. I don't know what it is exactly. For example, I'm trying to do content creation right now, and that's what I'm going to stick at. Just stick to that and keep going with it. Keep going with it. And so we said a workout routine, normal, just daily routine, like some activities that you do daily, try to make a daily routine. And also, like we said, income, a business model or a skill that can bring you some income. And at fourth, try to improve the way you think, and try to improve the way you see the world, and try to learn new things, and try to get new perspectives about certain situations or certain topics. You can do this by reading books. It can be about anything. You can even read fiction and increase your creativity. That's what something that I lack, because I don't really read any fiction or anything, and I think that's why I kind of lack some creativity compared to some maybe other people who reads more fiction than me. I always try to go on to self-improvement books, but I don't think that's like really that. It's not the greatest approach to reading and stuff. Just reading self-improvement books, I don't think that's really the greatest way that you can do it, but just try to learn new things so that your brain improves the way that you think, and then this will replicate and reflect on, this will be reflected on the other things that you do as well. Like if you think more clearly, if you know more things, if you understand more, if you gain new perspectives, you can look at your work from a more beneficial point of view. You can adjust your life according to your new thoughts or your improved brain, because you're constantly learning new things and you're improving your brain, and this will basically elevate your life in every aspect. Basically, that's what is happening for me, at least. So what we have so far, we have learning, physical activity, trying to get some routines into our lives, trying to learn a new skill or a new business model which can bring us income. So these are the four. So to begin with, actually these four are pretty enough for you to make yourself a more competent man. And what is also crucial, let's add this as well and make it 5 and end it here: social skills. And of course, you can learn social skills by doing some research about them, watching some content about these, watching what other people are doing, reading about these. But the best thing when it comes to trying to improve a skill or anything in your life is actually trying to do that thing. So if you want to get better with speaking to maybe women or speaking to people, basically, you could just suck maybe at speaking to people. That could also be a case. So if you just want to improve socially, just try to get into more social interactions, try to get into more deep conversations, try to have more conversations, and try to just talk more, basically. And that's how you're going to improve. So these 5 things are, I believe, to be crucial for your development, and just being defined by only one of these is not enough, I believe, to become a competent man or to become the person that you always aimed yourself to become. So yeah, that was it for this video. I have not been recording for almost a month because of these exams and all these work that I needed to do. So I'm feeling I'm not really at the point that I was in the last videos. I kind of feel like I'm struggling when I'm talking to the camera, but we will get back to our normal self, so no worries. I'm trying to improve as well. Don't judge me. See you on the next one.